Hello everyone. I'm here today on Splunk Enterprise to show how Splunk is being used in a real SOC, in the real SOC world, in a real SOC environment. And to do this, I've been using the Alert Manager Enterprise, which is something that we can download in Splunk Enterprise directly. Is one of the apps that can be directly downloaded, and that can help us to realize our sandbox of a SOC environment, of a real Splunk SOC environment. Since the real one would have been something like Splunk Enterprise Security or Splunk SOAR, but since the download is restricted, the closest way that I can do this and then can I show all the environment is working is using something like that. As we can see, we have multiple elements inside our dashboard. That's our only alert that we have for now, and we have the time that we received the alert, the title, that's an health check, that's an informational alert that helps us to see that the environment is normally working. So it's very important. Usually we receive this alert every 30 minutes pretty much, and if you don't receive this alert every 30 minutes, you must be worried, because that means that something is wrong in the environment. So usually this type of alerts are leaved in a new status. So I was trying to do this video especially because there are multiple information that so I was trying to do this video especially because I've seen so many videos about Splunk where they are just grabbing logs and analyzing logs, and that's very helpful, of course, but the most of them are missing one important part, which is the dashboard, which is something essential for the SOC analyst job. This is, as I said before, a sort of sandbox of a real environment, and this is our analyst dashboard. Here we have multiple information. Here we will receive our alerts. As we can see, we have the time, the alert name, the status. Usually when it comes in, a new alert is set as new, and then we are going to modify it. While we are doing our analysis, we are going to put this as in progress. The priority, that can be informational, low, medium, and high. Assigning, of course, for the moment is unassigned. When a new alert comes in, is as unassigned, but you can assign to yourself or whatever. And so this dashboard is essentially, because everything starts from here in every escalation, everything regarding every single Splunk environment that we're using in a SOC world, start from this. As I said before, also, that's not a real environment. This, you will never see this used in a SOC, but as I said before, that's the closest thing that I was able to find, and that everyone can have, because this app can be downloaded freely. Splunk Enterprise is free, so everyone can have this and can build his own SOC dashboard to try a sandbox and something very close to a real environment. And for today, I've prepared a brute force attempt, and we are going to analyze. But everyone can build his own alerts, putting logs, creating logs, or many pre-made log can be used, like the BOTS, and improve ourselves with the SIEM tool. So now we just wait that the alerts come in, and then we are going to show. I'm going to show more information about the environment. Alright, so we received our first alert. As we can see, The priority is medium. We have the title, multiple failure logons detected, and here we have a short description of what what is this alert, why this alert is triggered. As I said before, the status is set as new, and we can start by looking at those things. We can first decide to assign to ourselves. We can add the message like this, and after this we will be able to see that has been assigned to myself. And we can also change the status as in progress. As well, here we can put a comment, or we can decide to not put it. So here we can see multiple information, the event ID, when the alert has been triggered, the amount of alert that has been triggered, and here we can see what type of alert has been triggered. So brute force, here there's a description of it, that's the priority, and that's the urgency. So we can see it can be something malicious. And from here, usually in a real SOC environment, we will have more information. Opening this one, like we will have the user that has triggered the alarm, from what IP address, and stuff like that. And here usually we are around here a link that can bring us to our drill down. Instead, using this one, we can do it like this, and that is going to open our drill down. So from here we can see pretty much the wall logs, so the logs that has triggered this specific alert. Unsuccessful login followed by one successful login, and so if we try to open the first log, we will see many more information, many more useful information. So that's the user that has triggered the alert. That's the event code that is a specific event code assigned to the to a failed logon attempt. That's the reason behind the failure. That, as I said before, is the message related to the event, which is related to this code. That's our IP address. That's the IP address that has tried that has failed to log in. So the user has used this IP address to log in, but the login has failed because of wrong username or password. And the same is for this one. So let's try to do this at 800, then at 801, and again 3 minutes later, wrong password again. That's the host that has been used. And after that, after 1 hour since the first login, the user was able to successfully log on. So here we can see this is a different event code from this one, which is 4625. Instead, the successful logon is 4624. As I said before, is related to the event successful logon. So one of the first things that I want to do right now is check this IP address to try to see if we can see something that is non-normal. As we can see, the high rate of the report is very high. The country is China, and that can be very helpful to try to first understand that's not a normal stuff, especially like if we are in the US and we see multiple failed logon from a country that is not ours, external country, and following this pattern is very, very suspicious and should bring some concern. So after doing this, we can decide to duplicate this page. We can also start maybe to add our comment that we will use this field to write our report. So we can say, so we can start writing the report. The user as internal IP address successful. There. So that's what I will say for our first drill down. That can be followed by a second portion of this comment mentioning the pivot. So to run our pivot, the first pivot that we can do is a very simple pivot that we can do on the user and on the username and on the IP address to see how many times in the past month this user has logged in using this specific IP address. So we can run this one and event source IP can be is the one that has been used to trigger the alert, and then we modified the time range into a preset of 30 days. So in this way, basically we use the index sandbox because I know where that all my logs are inside the sandbox. Search event account name, you just search for all the logs that has this account name and this IP address. So it will show me all the logs that has the this account name and this IP address. So as we can see, there are not that many, and all the alerts has been triggered today. So that can be a bad sign because the user in the last 30 days has never used this IP address to log in, and the first time has been used today, and that's make us 100% understand that this is a very clear brute force attempt. So as we can see, those three are the fail logins, this one is the successful logon, and this one is a new log that we have not seen before, and the user after successfully log on has installed suspicious and assigned binary launched, so most probably has launched a malicious event, a malicious process called updater helper.exe. So before looking at this one, we can also try to run this very simple query, avoiding the use of the other IP address. So only searching for all the event originated by the account name, and as we can see, we have many more informations. um, I've set the last 24 hours because the most of the time it will show so many more information, so it's way better to just run in a normal SOC environment there will be so many more logs, so it's way better to just run a 24-hour research. And as we can see, we can start by looking at the first log in of the day that is happened at midnight 10:56 is a successful logon by an internal IP address. We cannot do any OSINT on this IP address because it's internal. He will show no result, as we can see here. And here it says successful logon. The heaven code is the same. After this we can look at another successful logon from the same internal IP address as before, but most probably we should take a look at this one. Was the first attempt of brute force, and this one was the log before the first attempt of brute force happened 1 hour before. We will try to see if it's something, if it's another brute force or if it's something legit. So we have another failed logon attempt from a different IP address. If we try to do an OSINT on this IP address, it says an American from the US with the ISP as Google. So that means that the user was trying to access his environment from an American IP address, and after doing that, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, a Chinese IP address was able to access the user account. So something that can resolve any doubt. For now, you can definitely understand that the account has been compromised, and after being compromised, the user has run updater helper.x, and after being compromised we see other 3 logs. So we are going to analyze these 3 new logs. So we can see the same IP address, the same user, and the path. So that's a command line, so we can see that's a command line run by the user after being able to access the environment. And this one is the program that has been executed, updater.helper, suspicious unsigned binary launched. That's the message associated with the log. And after this one there are 2 more. So here we have another the user has tried to connect into a suspicious domain. The event domain is c2 evilcloud.io, destinating to this specific IP address, ESP to GitHub. So in this one the user has tried to most probably send internal information to this IP address, and after that the user has executed another program, this one, schedule a task. So here we can say that the user, after being able to have after doing his brute force attack against this account, has has accessed and has run a command line, most probably sent personal information about the account or the organization to well-known suspicious domain, to then running and another .exe. So after be 100% sure that the brute force has happened, be sure of what's going on, and that we need for sure escalating this as quickly as possible, because that's a compromise that can bring in a lot of troubles. We can finish writing our report. Peer and user. Search on the account name. You can also before try to 7-day search on the account name shows that the user, oh, it was 30-day, not 7-day. The user has never and after that we can say shows an possible travel, the user around at CST was trying to access, attempting to authenticate via and 2 hours later success. Successful login from a Chinese IP as occurred. Following the brute force attack, the user has executed the command. Where is the command now? Some later has sent data to choose domain. So we want to mention this domain and the IP address use it. The hand as the attacker as executed. So that's very important, because doing a good report is one of the most important thing for a SOC analyst. So after doing this, we will submit our comment, we will submit our report, and that's pretty much it. We need to escalate, of course, the alert. As we can see here, we have another one. We would like to put this one as change status. You have many more information like false positive, or waiting on customer the most of the time, but for now we will set as a comment here. We can maybe type again what we have typed in the comment before. Usually we put information also here, and that's it. That's all, pretty much how we monitor, how we escalate, how we do an escalation in a SOC environment. So that's it. Thank you for watching.